Let's rock and roll.
What is up? And you see there's an empty hole there because I had to get a new co-host. And I was in New York, and this random guy just showed up there out of nowhere in the middle of people presenting. And then we hung out, and I realized he could be a good co-host. So welcome to the show, Brad. What's up, dude? Did he freeze like right when he started, or did you do that on purpose? He has his mic off.
No, it keeps automatically muting me every time you stop talking.
No, it shouldn't do that. You're a rookie to this. So we have a new co-host, Brad. And yeah, we'll do a little intro. And I guess we'll play the regular intro now. What do you think?
I haven't seen it, so let's do it.
Well, it's not the new one.
The regular one, I've seen it because I've been
Yes.
I've been a fan of this for many years.
It is the regular one. We have a brand new intro being made that will play next Monday.
Oh.
But today we're just doing the regular original intro. So here we go.
Recorded in front of a live studio audience.
This is a Matos Designs production.
And I am not done.
I like your line, and I like your prices. There's a problem. There's no guarantee on the box.
You can't hang out with chickens and expect to soar with eagles.
Yes, who's back?
An electrician job. Your light works up. And now your hosts,
JR and Brian.
Oh, we can handle it. We're professionals.
Yep, no more Brian. We're going to have Brad, and Carl is currently working on the new intro. Me and Brad, I think I have the most selfies with Brad than any other person in my life. So hopefully we put all those in the intro or something. But Carl's going to make
there's probably more to be found. It's just what I found at that point and stuff like that. There might be some selfies where you don't know I'm taking the photo because you're
there was one of them in there. We were at like Florida's dinner, and I'm in the background of your selfie and a selfie. But yeah, he sent me 25 selfies already. And what? I've known you for like, what, 3 years?
4 years now, I think.
4 years now?
I think the first time we met was at the Florida Mega Mini in 2022. And I was maybe even 21. So it might be 5 years now. But it doesn't matter. When I first met you, like nobody really knew who I was, but I had a flat bill on and everybody kept mistaking us from the back. And you came up and you're like, all right, I don't know you, but I have to meet you because everybody keeps thinking we're like the same person and that I keep changing. And, I had a big light up green jacket on because, it's like a Christmas tree light up jacket. And so, yeah. And we've been running into each other. We really started connecting last year, at the events at Florida and at Ohio. And, I just happened to kind of jump on another podcast and Jared's like, hey, you talk a lot.
You're pretty good at this. Yeah.
And, it didn't take much convincing because this is awesome. I love helping out the community and helping people out and teaching people new things. And it gives me a reason at any time to wear my flat bills.
Nice.
Tomatoes. But it doesn't really help when it blends into the background. So
yeah. The funny thing is, too, we were at New York which we're gonna have a whole episode about the New York Mini next week on Monday. Regular scheduled shows coming back. But we were at New York, and I'm sitting there on the table while Brian Michael is presenting his class, and then I'm like, "Is that Candace?" Which is Brad's wife, and I'm like, "That's Brad." I was like, "I didn't know they were coming all the way to the New York Mini," so that was a cool surprise. And then we got to hang out there, and then we hung out at a bar after, which then weird thing, the Mirandas show up because they were also in Buffalo that got there that evening. So then we were hanging out in the bar with Bobby, Brad, and the Mirandas. Well, Brad and Kansas. Kansas. She's gonna get mad at me for that. Candace and the Mirandas, which was an awesome time. And then that's when we discussed this, which I think this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, we had no intention of staying. I mean, in closing the bar. The basketball game was on, and it's like, we were ready to go at halftime because we had a 3-hour drive ahead of us because we literally drove down and then drove back. We do this a lot, like going into the weekends. That's besides the evenings when I don't got class going on at work. That's my only time to get stuff done, and it's like we legit like it just happened to pop up. Bobby's invite to the event the day before because when you click interested, it'll do that. And I was like,
Remind you, yeah.
and I'm like, all right, well, it's not, I clicked the address, which randomly we'll talk about this Monday, went to some person's address. Not even Bobby knows whose address on the Facebook page it took me to, but luckily it was close to the event.
Yeah.
So it's just some dude with like a POW flag hanging out there. And then, of course, we had to stop at Tim Hortons because you can't pass it twice without the wife getting her coffee and her donuts. It was just like the last time he checked the registration was before we registered because I registered when we were on the way. And because at first he's like, dude, you didn't register? And I'm like, I paid you. I got a receipt. But yeah, nobody really knew we were coming. I do this pretty often to any of the events that are within distance. I say that, but then I randomly showed up in St. Louis at Expo a few years ago, or Kentucky, Lexington. It was when it was in Lexington. Yep. And then also did that with Philly last year. Like nobody knew. I just woke up early. I was like, man, what time can I be at Philly? And everybody's like, dude, you're here. You're not supposed to be here. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. So yeah, it's awesome. And I went there to see JR, hang out with Brian, and then another vendor I won't mention who turned out was going to be virtual. But
you could say it.
Oh yeah, I'm calling Clyde out from PPD. I thought I was going to see you, and it ruined. Like I got to see Bobby, JR, got to see Brian, but I only got a 75% approval of that because Clyde didn't show up.
Yeah, Clyde.
Thanks,
You've
Clyde.
gone to every New York Mini except for the one Brad decides to show up to.
And that's part of the reason I didn't say I was coming, so that way he wouldn't be like, "Oh, I can't go."
Oh, and he did it anyways.
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it. We don't want to ruin events by telling people we're actually coming and then them not going because we're going to be there. So we like to just pleasantly surprise them, like, "Oh, hey, the Lunars are here, wonderful."
Is it pleasantly surprised or just surprised?
For most people, I'm assuming it was.
Yeah, no, it was good. I was very excited you guys were there.
Got Jenga.
Brought Jenga, and the guy who helped me start the Jenga arrived.
That's where it all started, everybody.
Yep, Mustache Jenga. That's a whole story for this because we haven't even been on the podcast for this. I don't think I talked about it with Brian, or maybe I did a little bit. But in Florida, Brad was a little upset that he lost at the pre-party night Jenga, and told us all day at the Florida Mega Mini how we shook the table or something.
I got video. They shook the table.
So see, he's still doing it.
JR's going.
I wasn't even playing that time. The second time, when we went back to the bar, I did shake the legs of the table. I stood back and like kicked it with my foot just to screw with him. Not when it fell though, but it fell again. So we were going to play again. And then I told everybody, let's play a special game where you get the brick and you have to give it to somebody else to go. An idea was just to give it back to Brad to make him have to do it 100 times And then
to
Brad
set
took
me
it to
up
the next
to
level.
shake the table.
Yeah, Brad
But-
took it to the next level.
So it started out, it was just people in the lighting community and their significant others, and everybody kept doing it. So we started, changing some of the rules. Like you can't give it back to the same person that gave it to you. And I just started, but I'm very observant, part of my ADHD and all this stuff. I'm always checking stuff out. And we're really getting a lot of people like cheering you on. Like if you were able to pull it out and they thought it was going to fall and get it, I was like, all right, hey. And
The
then
whole bar was invested in our game.
so I just started talking to the bar manager. I'm like, I'm thinking we should change the rules instead of just giving it to one random person. It could be anybody in the bar. And I think this would get a lot of people involved. I just want to make sure you're cool with that. And he was. So we started giving it, we got the bar manager in there, the bartenders, the servers,
Everybody
the
that
cooks.
possibly play.
People got smart that were there that were single and were actually handing it to ladies to get them involved.
Yes.
And they'd be like, oh no, I don't want to do it. And then they get up there and they're all they've played Jenga a million times. They wanted to be part of it, but
they didn't want to.
No, not me. Don't pick. Oh, you picked me. Let me show you what's up. So, so basically you have to pull it out without it toppling over. And then once you do that, you give it to somebody else. So they have to actually stack it and then do it. Now, what we were getting over there at New York is people, I don't know who they are or their lack of any kind of construction or building or whatever. But at one point, it was in a spiral and tilting to one direction. Now the table was slightly tilted, but this ended up it literally had a spiral going.
It did. I was very impressed when I got the brick and had to go look at that thing, and I was like, how in the hell is this standing?
Right. And and then there was somebody had to be that person that instead of doing it 2 blocks on, they just did a 1 block row in the middle. People were actively trying to, screw over the person next to them, which makes you the winner if the person after you does topple it over.
Yeah.
And you get bragging rights and the loser has to rebuild it. And then we play again.
Bobby gave me the brick when it was jacked up like that, but he was in the build room. Right. So I walked back out to it and saw how big of a mess it was. And then just took that same brick and took it back inside. I skipped a turn because I knew it was going to be bad.
So JR just admitted.
Yeah, Bobby knew.
Eating again at Jenga, shaking the table, but this time he didn't go when he was supposed to go. So the truth comes out. The game is rigged. Those are nice blocks, though. That's the thing, though. When you guys see it at either Wisconsin next week,
Indiana, Wisconsin. I don't know. I'm not going to take the Jenga to Wisconsin because I'm only there for the Sunday morning.
Oh, okay.
And there's people in Indiana that will take it to Ohio, so I don't have to fly with it more.
It's different than the blocks we had, the big blocks we had at that bar that were kind of just old wood blocks, worn down and rough. And I had to go. You probably don't even know this. I had to search for the other blocks. They were behind a wooden barrel. We didn't have a complete set. And I'm like, no, they're this hat. So I literally started moving furniture at the bar to find it. But the new blocks, the Matos designed blue blocks, are freshly coated and thickly coated with paint. So they don't quite slide.
Now they have a little stick to them.
Yeah, they will literally pull the tower with it. So hopefully by next year at Florida, they'll be broken into.
Used.
But it's a good time. And I was like, I think this is just a way to keep everybody involved. We're very much about everybody being involved and being inclusive. And, that's what we do here.
Yeah.
We just try to do our best.
Well, here's the thing, which I find it funny. For years, we've been the professional triers, but we've always just been losers. And now we finally have the professional on the show. See, we added his trophy to the background here. And we have a winner of the Great Christmas Light Fight with the loser of the Great Christmas Light Fight. So it's perfect. Now we finally have our professional, and I'm still the trier.
just so you know, little fun hint, there's not a yellow bulb. I know you don't have one to look at to compare to, but it's just red, green, and blue. So
You know what? I'll
I'm
take.
sure we'll talk about it. Look, we are truly blessed. Wait, you're just hiding it now.
Yeah.
Um, you know, I never thought this would have ever happened. If anybody knows us, 10 years ago, I didn't have $20 to my name. And, I've been blessed in the industry. I'm in the auto industry, and, you know, we went through a really long custody battle, and, got full custody of my girls. And, like, I never thought come basically we started this sometime in December during COVID in 2020, and never thought that it would be. I was watching shows like JR, Ron Howard, Tom Bet George, like everybody else, and seeing these, and I'm like, who are these crazy people? How can they do this? Number one, how can they afford to do it? And number two, how the heck do you do it? Had no skills. I didn't even 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago when I started, I didn't even know how to solder two wires together, let alone even hammer something together or screw something or do what I did. So when genuinely, if you guys do know me, like really know me, like everybody's like genuinely like, dude, how do you do this? Like, I don't know. I just watch a bunch of videos. Then I
He
try to
figures it
figure
out.
out for like a week which one's the best way to do something. And then I can't make a decision. So I just do everything all at the same time. But I never expected to win. I mean, our really good friends, the Burtons, they didn't win. I mean, there's so many people who have been on this show. Tom Stallings, like I never expected, the trophy. I truly, if you guys do watch our episode, which happens to be available on Disney Plus and Hulu Plus, it's season 13, episode 2. But we never expected to win, and I didn't believe it until we were actually told we were the winners and presented with the trophy. I didn't allow myself to believe, even though they might be coming back, and that's sometimes a little bit of a heads up. You might have a good chance that good things are happening, but not always. Um, but no, it's awesome. I mean, like you guys have all gotten to this level, but now there's somebody on the show that might be able to take you to the next level. And JR knew he had to bring in a big hitter on that. So
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
I had to bring in a winner. Brian's got his own show now, and he's a winner, so we had to step it up.
Doing remote control cars. There's big money in there,
Oh, I'm talking
especially.
about Brian Michael.
Oh
He's
yeah. Well, I mean, he's literally a librarian. He's
Yeah.
the historian for the Great Christmas Light Fight. So like,
Yeah, I know I was on season 8. I don't know what episode or anything else, but Brian knows.
Brian
Usually
knows.
when I'm teaching a class, Brian will help me remember what it is. So
And he'll let you know what you are wearing and what size shirt, and yeah, he'll find you.
he knows nothing. He knows a lot more facts about the people on the show than I ever anticipated.
I'm pretty certain he has said that ABC and the producers have reached out to him the last couple years. And he like feeds them information like about their show that they didn't even know.
Yeah, I
And,
believe so too. I believe he is definitely the librarian.
but
So,
good people, his love for decorating is just it just really comes through. So you could definitely tell that, and he supports a lot of the events. He had to shut his show down, unfortunately, because things got a little out of whack with the city, and they kind of made it. They didn't shut him down, but they made it almost impossible to keep going.
Yeah, and that's the thing, though. He's still going to these minis.
Yeah.
And still going to be hang out with everybody and do all that stuff, even though he can't even do a show anymore. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you had to move your show, right?
Yeah, the Orchard show had to move, and then now I do my house in a different city and not advertise it much because
But you do use everything that you sell, right?
Yes,
I've seen it on a T-shirt.
yeah. Which we got to get you that T-shirt for Ohio, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Now I got to wear this.
Hey, that's not bad though. That's a winter shirt.
Yes.
Did it always have the light bulb in the logo, or is that because you won?
No, so it's been fixed in our Halloween logo where it's actually it's supposed to be the trophy, but AI can only do so much. I think it automatically just kind of screws a few things up until you pay for the pro version, and then it magically gets it correct.
Yeah. It just wants you to pay. That's all it does. So we'll be back next Monday with the New York Mini. And we plan to do every Monday after that, as long as Brad's schedule works for it. So we might change it up some weeks, depending on what's going on. But the plan is Mondays. And we'll have Bobby on the show next Monday, talk about all the stuff cool about the New York Mini and why you should go to the New York Mini next year. Because like Niagara Falls is like on the top 10 bucket list for most humans. So
Yeah,
why not
and
go
get
to
your
a Mini and go
passport.
see that? Yeah, don't forget your passport, because then you can go hang out with me on the Canada side, probably with my kids again because they want to go back to what I call Kid Vegas, which is the arcades and all that stuff over there. So
Yeah, and it's we surprisingly didn't go to the falls, which was kind of the whole thing. It's like, well, hey, if the mini's not working out, we'll just go to the falls, and we never ended up going to the falls. But
you were on the water next behind the falls, though.
we were,
You didn't see the falls.
and those people sucked at fishing. I don't think I seen one person catch a fish. But I was told it's sturgeon, and you're supposed to throw them back. So all the people leaving empty-handed were following the rules.
Yeah, but
Obviously.
I also never saw them bring a fish in. So.
Minor details.
Yeah.
Minor details. But you don't. It's for the love of fishing.
Yeah.
And the kids were skipping rocks. Luckily, no boats were coming by.
We only had one kid fall in with their clothes on. Luckily, it wasn't mine.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll talk all things New York Mini next week. This was just a quick episode to introduce Brad and say we're going to be back on a regular schedule and see how many comments we get about having Brad as the co-host. I think this is going to be cool.
Yes. And Mondays are going to be awesome. I don't think we're stepping on any other shows. So
we're trying not to.
They literally have no excuse not to tune in. Like,
yeah,
stop making plans for Mondays for the rest of your life. We're going to literally make you guys the best professionally triers out there. And we're going to do it live.
Yeah. And imagine what two ADHD people could get us into.
Oh, there's going to be squirrel moments.
Oh, yeah.
We might be talking about pyramids, or, that, Niagara Falls is actually like not a power plant, or the Hoover Dam. I mean, who knows what rabbit holes we go down. And then we'll circle back to using spiker teas.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is your wife. The possibilities are endless.
Seriously.
You've seen us hang out together, so who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, and like I'm assuming you have different guests on every week. I didn't always get a chance
we'll start having people on.
Because a lot of times when this was on was sometimes when I was at work, so I didn't always get to tune in live and stuff. But I did enjoy tuning in. A lot of great information, a lot of big hitters. I saw a lot. I saw the whole Florida Mega Mini crew here last year or earlier this year. I saw Brian Mursky. I saw a lot of people. Like, it was like Carl. Like a lot of people made it out here, and I'm actually
have everybody.
I'm truly pumped for this, and I think you guys are. I mean, this might be better than any TV show you might ever see. You might even cancel your cable after this.
Yeah, we'll have to be on every night for that one though. But right. Yeah, I'm going to the Indiana Mini Saturday, the Frozen Mini on Sunday, and then me and Brad will both be at the Ohio Mini. I hope Brad's there. It's in Ohio.
Yes. So. No. We're I actually finally registered. I think while we were at dinner at Buffalo, I'm like, okay, I'm on the committee. I probably should actually get on the registration list.
Probably sign up.
They're like, Brad, you're gonna sign up? I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And who knows? Indiana and Wisconsin's not that far away from Brad, so he might just randomly show up. I don't want to blow his cover, but I'm not making you. I'm just saying. I'm just making jokes.
There is always a possibility. I also want to try to make it out, but I was going to, but I guess the North Texas is already sold out. So yeah,
Sold out?
that's how, and they have a waiting list.
Really?
Donna was saying last night they got a waiting list of like 40 people already.
How could they be sold out? That's crazy.
What happens is they have a certain number of people they can have come, and they have so many tickets, and then they sold all those tickets. And
Thank you. Thank you for explaining how it works.
that's how something sells out.
Thanks. I didn't know a mini could sell out, okay?
I mean, with any event, like if there's if the place says you can only have X amount of people in here, because like we were pushing the limits our first year 2 years ago. We legit only expected maybe like 30 or 40 people at best to show up. So we were in a room that like the fire code said like max 96 or 98, and we were pretty much right there because we had people like we had somebody from Canada show up like the morning of. And what are you going to do? Tell them to go back to Canada? Like,
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, Texas is a big state. It's like 25 states in one. Still technically smaller than Alaska if you like overlap them on a map. ADHD. And so yeah, I'm just trying to see how long I can make this after JR said it was going to be a quick.
Thanks. Yeah. Let's do a quick 35 minutes. No, we're at 25 minutes already. But yeah, and I guess if you can't, because I'm going to the North Texas too, and I guess if there's a waiting list, then maybe there's hope for a Christmas Expo, because they shouldn't have a limit. So I will be at Christmas Expo with a booth there, and then right before that I will be at oh my God. The one the weekend before, I can't think of it right now, and I can't bring it up on this.
Before Expo, is it what? Do you have a state?
It's on the East Coast. It's
not North Carolina because unfortunately,
it is. It's initials. It's like now I'm gonna have to look because it's driving me crazy that I don't know what it is.
it ain't the East Coast Hunters Convention because that's Philly.
Yeah.
There is another Halloween one coming up in Chicago. I just don't know where it is. And
it's the Mid-Atlantic. It's the Mid-Atlantic Animated Light Group, which their thing is MAALG, and that's why I was like, no, it's like some letters, and I can't remember what it is. But yeah, the Mid-Atlantic, I will be at that, and then I'm going straight to Texas after that. So
I don't think it's actually in the Atlantic. It's not in the middle of the Atlantic.
No.
That's just the name of the group, people.
Yes.
And go to these events, man. If you're local to it, like, why are you missing them? They're cheap. It basically, in a lot of cases, just is kind of thrown in towards the food. Or, these aren't like, people aren't getting, especially the state, they're not doing this to get rich or anything.
If there's an entry fee, usually it's for the venue or the food that you get at the venue.
Like ours, almost the whole ticket to Ohio is literally what we're getting charged for lunch and a few bucks more. And, and vendors like JR traveling all around the country, he's away from his family. They just happen to be with them in Buffalo. Like, definitely stop out and support them. Especially if you want vendors to keep donating and giving stuff, and then message your vendors. Thank them for, sponsoring it. Thank them for any door prize you won, and then spend a lot of money at their sites like Matos Designs, because he actually uses his stuff at home.
Thanks for reading my T-shirt and remembering it. Yeah,
I kind of have that footer.
Yep.
Random details, heads filled with it. What I was doing 5 minutes ago.
Nobody knows. Maybe you'll remember it later, but
maybe.
Yeah. No, I was trying to get stuff done today, and I went down a rabbit hole of making new backgrounds.
Yes. We were doing it with the AI, but it kept fighting me. It's just waiting for me to pay. But then I said, hey, why don't you write me a script so I could take it to this AI so it could be done right? And it's like, you should always get different advice, and it's okay to, some different, different sites can use. So it literally wrote the script on what it to say. And then I think I was on Gemini, and then I switched over to ChatGPT and put it in there, and it actually came out perfect. So yeah,
They can tell each other how to do stuff.
they obviously are females because they love to tell people what to do. That would be a fun one. How, where in the show did your wife tell you to put this prop,
Yeah.
and how much did they help doing it?
How many times did you have to move it because your wife did not like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, can I get some help? Oh, you're fine. You know what you're doing. And then, oh, you need to move that over.
Yeah. Can you do that? Like last year, since we're doing this. So if you watch the videos of my house of last year, we had these 2 artificial Christmas trees in the front yard with
Okay.
like lights draped down them, just the Kraken lights, right? They look like crap because the lights are just coming down and they're not like uniform like a mega tree. But my wife wanted these real looking trees in the display, and she didn't want the lights to look like they looked like on a mega tree. So when you watch the videos and you see those, that wasn't my idea. That was my wife's idea, who's probably going to watch this, and I'm probably going to get in trouble. But they looked bad with the lights on it, and so we're not doing that again. We're plan B-ing.
Well, that's part of trying. I mean, you don't know if something's going to work until you try it out.
Yeah.
I can promise you a lot of the stuff I ended up pulling off in my show, it did not work out the first time. And back to the drawing board and back to the drawing board. And, I now over engineer with no engineering skills, everything I can, you know, assume that it's going to happen. If not, so I'm a big fan of extra rebar and guy wires and, 3D printing like supports and all this stuff. Or in your case, you don't know what it's going to look like till you get it up there.
Yep.
But once it's up there, it's just like, sometimes it's just, you just kind of like throw something or just kind of like get frustrated and get like, oh wait, that actually looks pretty good. Why didn't I do that the first time? Or then somebody just shoots a how-to video and shows a way to do something a million times easier than you've been doing it for years. And that's always fun.
Yeah.
Or X-Lights has a new update come out that like would have saved you thousands of hours of your life. And it's just like,
you don't even know. Like, you're new since COVID. Can you imagine? Like, X-Lights was really hard when I started.
I hear this. Clyde
took me a day and a half with my brother-in-law's help trying to just get lights to turn on my first mega tree.
I still remember universes and actually having to count pixels, and I did get in before the auto map. But Clyde does talk about the black and white days of RGB lighting when he used to just, blow candles on and off.
No, it was light switches in your garage. You just had a bunch of them.
No, Clyde's been around since it was candles. Like you'd put a piece of paper in front of it and then, so it took a very big team. And he said he did have at one point 32 candle show. So it takes, you got 2 hands, so you need at least 16 people in perfect rhythm to, put something in front of the candle to light it up.
Okay.
And he had to walk like 5 miles through the snow, up and down hills to get the special wax for the candles for the show. He did that, but he won't go to New York.
Great. I'm going to see Clyde this weekend. And thanks, Brad. It's going to allow us for this show.
I even wore a PPD shirt to the event.
I was like, that's not a PPD shirt on. But yeah, he did have his PPD shirt on. He was all excited for Clyde, and then no Clyde.
Yeah, and I just wore my Mados design shirt, knowing that you were actually there, that you weren't going to just virtually show up. Oh, did you not? Were you not like virtual? Whatever. Where did the Coral JR come from? Wasn't that for an event you were supposed to be at? I think that's what we were supposed to get at Ohio, and then you showed up in person along with the Coral.
No, not this mini, not this New York mini, or not the last one, but the one before that. Bobby James made a Coro version of me and sent it to Bobby to be at the New York Mini. But then, which we'll talk about this in the future, but I was at the Boscoyo Mini, and he had a Coro cutout of me from my wife for my 40th birthday. He made a miniature version, and it was behind the toilet in the bathroom. So every time you peed, you had to look at my face, which I thought that was weird. But apparently James likes that.
Target practice? I don't know.
Maybe.
Use
But
it as
yeah.
a backboard.
Yeah. So
yeah,
Yeah,
I've never had a Coral version of me. I mean, if that's not being immortalized in the hobby, then I truly don't know what it is. Once you guys see the new intro, I actually did have a selfie with Coro JR, and
hopefully it makes it in there. Carl. Let's make sure the selfie with the plastic Coro JR is in there.
Your hair was fire in that Coro, though. I mean, they had. I mean, I don't know the last time I've actually seen JR without a hat on.
But I do have hair.
He does have hair, allegedly.
People in Louisiana was very surprised that I wear a hat all the time and I actually have hair. So,
I mean, that means, that whole myth that if you wear a hat all the time, you'll lose your hair.
Yeah. No. I wear a hat all the time because I like having a little bit longer hair that I have to do, and I don't like doing it every morning before I have to go to the shop. So, there we go.
I would have put my hat on. I did put my hat on, but I have a black background. It's a black hat, so maybe I'll bust out the Dragon controllers next time for the black background. Yeah. But no, I think this is going to be awesome for the community. Like, this is like literally, my guess is what the community's been dreaming of. Not AI and X-Lights, nothing like that. No, they've been waiting.
They've been waiting for the professional triers to come back with Brad as the co-host.
And who knows? This might be the reason that Great Christmas Light Fight comes back.
We might have some news, not about the Great Christmas Light Fight, but of a contest might happen at Christmas time. So just watch. I have some ideas I'm working on. Me and Brian Michaels kind of were talking about something this weekend too. Why do I keep doing that? I keep saying Michaels.
Michael.
I know it. I screw it up all the time. Brian Michael, because I feel like I'm saying two people's first names.
This can easily be solved if he just legally changes his name.
I know. It'd make it easier for me.
It's pretty selfish.
Usually it's Brian and Kim together, so then I'm like, oh, the Michaels are here. But is that the right way to do it? Because then that sounds like I'm saying somebody else's name instead of the Michael. Like Michael. Like, how do you say there's two of them?
No. Michael. I mean, you would be the Mato Sis. But if you're saying the Lunars are here, people are like, oh God, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, Candace is here, so it's okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
Live streaming yes, there will be live streaming. If Brian's, we're going right up. We're going to live stream while Brian's live streaming. We're going to live stream Brian live streaming.
We're going to double live stream in the stream.
We're going to cross the streams. We're going to do it. We're going to do it for humanity.
Yeah, the Ohio Mini is going to be interesting.
There's going to be a lot of characters there. I know we're up to, I believe, 105, 110 registrations. I haven't heard from the last couple of days. We had 40 to 80 people registered the last 2 weeks before the event last year. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens now, especially now it's confirmed that not only is JR going to be there, but Clyde is going to be there. He's actually showing up in person. And if he goes virtual,
Brian Michael is going to be there. He'll be there.
I mean, we got Mike Stoffagen from Showstoppers. Barry Wiles is coming up from Florida.
I believe
what was that?
Will also be there.
Well, they didn't tell me until I found that out when he showed up last year. They kept it a secret from me, or I would have, not shown up.
I don't know then for sure if he's going to be there.
No. I hope he did come last year. He did have a good time. We did not get arrested or anything, so that's always a good thing. But yeah,
I
we
think
have
Kyle's gonna be there.
Kyle is not. So he missed Philly because he was doing something for like drones or fireworks. So he has some kind of other thing that he's getting certified in because now he just wants to blow up stuff to music. Because I mean, I'm not mad about it. So I'm pretty certain I believe that's going on. But guys, we have thousands upon thousands of dollars of door prizes to give away. I mean, you're pretty much, I can't say guaranteed to get something, but the vendors have been gracious. JR was blown away with it last year.
Yes.
Um,
I'm sponsoring drinks the night before, and then I think the night of it, possibly, and lunch. So
yeah,
we have all kinds of good stuff.
we're definitely grateful, for your continued support in Ohio here, and yeah, no, it's gonna be a very good time.
You're gonna be well fed. Ken from Wired Watts is sponsoring breakfast.
Yes,
On
yes.
his birthday. So like, yeah. So we got all kinds of. You're gonna be well fed. You're gonna get drinks. It's gonna be a great time.
And one day, if you don't come, you're going to look back and say, wow, that was the greatest event that ever happened. And I wasn't there. And I didn't get to play Jenga. And I guess we never finished the story. We literally ADHD in front of everybody. We never finished the Mustache Man story.
No, we
did. 20 minutes later, 25 minutes later, full circle. Okay, so JR, there's a guy over there, I think Armenian, something like that. He looks like Soda Popimski, possibly from the original Mike Tyson. He's over there with a crew of guys that all have shaved bald heads and the mustaches. They don't look like people you just go like, hey, buddy, how you doing? They look like they may or may not have a checkered past. I say, let's leave him alone. JR's like, no, let's go give it. He kept like, hey, I'll buy you a drink if you go give it to the Mustache Man. I'll buy you a drink if you give it to the Mustache. And he would make his workers go up because he's just trying to like get them killed. And the guy kept saying, no, I don't play. So
I never
tried to give it to the dude
up. I went.
What's your young gentleman? Elijah, him and Ron were the only people that weren't scared to go into a haunted house with me at Philly last year. That's another story. JR is scared of haunted houses. Literally pay $175 to go to this haunted house thing at the haunted Philadelphia Penitentiary where Al Capone once stayed. And Rob kept telling me, this haunted house is going to be awesome. And then after like an hour and a half of like, come on guys, let's go in the house. They're like, oh no, we don't do haunted houses. I'm like, there's literally like three attractions here. DJ, though the Philly cheesesteaks I didn't think were too bad.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
There was some walkthroughs and somebody's water.
All right, hold on. We're squirreling again. Finish the Mustache Man story.
So JR, this guy keeps getting more and more irritated because JR went up, he kept setting people up. This guy's like, so finally somebody gave the guy the block. He takes the block. You think he's going to play. Everybody's like, yeah, Mustache Man. Then he goes over the bar and he throws it in the trash. I'm like, all right, time to go. That's when me and Candace bounced. Then like they got it back, but then there was like pushing and shoving with like a 6'8" guy, and the cops came, and then they got the cops to try to play.
Thing I've been to, the cops showed up for a Jenga game fight.
Yeah, like this is what happens when you don't come to the minis. Like 2 years ago, they tried to walk through a drive-through. They said you can't do that.
Successfully walk through a drive-through.
That's why I hate when people say you can't do something when you're actually doing it.
Yeah, me and Bill Jones walked back to the hotel with food from us walking to the drive-through.
They're like, you can't do that. We're my daughter, my wife, and my oldest daughter Shannon's watching. We were on it wasn't Splash Mountain. I think it was the dinosaur ride at Disney World. Well, I only brought one pair of shoes for the whole trip, and I didn't have nothing. So I'm like, oh my God, when the water fills up in the bottom of this thing, dude, I'm going to have wet shoes for a week. Like, this is going to be miserable. So I take my shoes off at some point in the ride before we go up the hill. And the picture is with, I think it was Splash Mountain. So the picture is with me with my hands in my shoes going down the hill. And I'm going to get off the ride. And this girl's like, sir, you can't do it. I'm like, actually, apparently I can because I just did. My shoes are dry. My socks are dry. What? Can't tell me I can't do it. Actually, behind me, my show, is a bunch of people in the community telling me I can't do it. And I love when I get challenged.
Your wife corrected you. It was Jurassic Park at Universal. And also, we still have not finished the Jenga story. So,
And we're sober.
they get in a fight. His girlfriend comes and pushes it over.
Yeah,
right?
like that's not how you win. That's how you lose.
And they were all mad. There was a fight. Another guy playing Jenga decided to take the Jenga block, and he was going to go ask the cops if they wanted to play. The bar security guard didn't think that was a good idea and stopped it.
Oh yeah, he didn't. The security guard did not want to play either. He was just as bad.
Yeah, but then at the end of the night, me and Mustache Man were friends.
Turns out he's not in the mob. He's a landscaper. Who would have thought?
Yeah,
Well, that's what. Yeah, I'm in landscaping. Just
Well,
like
everybody
Tony
else is-
Soprano was in, trash cans and stuff.
Everybody at the bar thought he was some like high fancy like rancher guy that had like mob ties or something. And then by the end of the night, we just found out he owned a gardening business with one employee. So he looked meaner and tougher than he was, but he just didn't want to play because he thought he was too cool. But anyways, we have officially hit 45 minutes of a short episode. I am scared to have a regular episode. This might be a ride to watch for the future here. This is going to be very fun, I think, and interesting because we have millions of stories together that we haven't even talked about.
Yeah.
Stories alone and random stories about him on rides that he doesn't remember, like Jurassic Park at Universal with his shoes around his head.
I know it was one of the rides. The fact is, my shoes safely remain dry for the remainder of the visit, and my kids got a memory out of it. What's even better is we have the photo proof of it, and photo proof of when people tell you you can't do something. If you try and be professional about it, you can do anything.
Look at him. He's making new slogans for the show. All right. We should end it, though, this time, and we'll see you guys next Monday, right? Unless Brad's got a story.
About Mondays, yeah, I got a million stories.
All right. All right. See you guys. See you Monday. We're going to talk New York Mini, and I will be freshly back from a bunch of other minis, so hopefully there's more stories to talk about.
Nice.
So we'll see you guys later.
Be good.
Be good. That's going to be his exit.
It's time to light it up officially. J5 Clothing Company, better known as Johnny 5 Clothing, is now the exclusive licensee of all official X-Lights merch. Head up xlightsmerch.com to grab pixel perfect gear like a lighting nerd snapback, the Don't Cross the Data hoodie, and the Sequencer Squad graphic tee, all designed for the community, by the community. And for our diehard donors, we've got exclusive limited run items just for you. Colorways, tags, and designs you won't find anywhere else. Wear it proud because you made this possible. Every single purchase you make sends 100% of the proceeds directly back to X-Lights, the open source engine behind your favorite light shows. So rock the gear, fund the future, and show the world what it means to be part of the Pixel family. Go now to xlightsmerch.com, powered by J5 Clothing Company. Style for the season, support for the software.